gonna see. Let's see if this one worked. Okay, we are. And it looks like the ball's gonna pop out, and I think Cadott's gonna fall on it here.
And recovery is made by the Hornets. That will take over first and 10 ball at the Cameron 26-yard line.
Okay, so if you're here, I don't know what happened. We have like preset streams, so all I have to do is like select the stream and go live. And for whatever reason, that one did not work. So we're live now. Welcome in. I apologize for that. We do not have the scoreboard showing up, so we're gonna have to hang tight on that. But thank you for the patience. I apologize for that. I don't know. That one's never happened before. All right. We've got a carry along the far side sideline. And it's going to be a gain of 6, so 3rd and 4 from the Comet 20-yard line. Cadott did score first. They had to fight for it, though, so it was actually a pretty fun series to watch. So again, thank you for tuning in. I apologize. I've never had that tech issue happen while streaming. We went live, but we didn't. It was bizarre. Okay. And the snap here from Cadott, dropping back. Pass up the midfield. It's caught. He's going to convert on downs at the very least. Get brought down at about 3rd or 4-yard line of Cameron. All right, 1st and 4. They got running along towards the near side. A lot of yards, but not a lot of real estate covered. And 2nd and 2 from the 2-yard line here. Cadott looking to score again. Again, for whatever reason, the camera's not showing the scoreboard. So if you guys need the score reiterated, let me know. Time updates, all of that. Second and 2 from the 2-yard line here. And they're going to carry it right up to the doorstep here. We'll see where that ball gets spotted. Oh, they're going to spot it like right at the doorstep. And they are going to be stopped. Ebner there making the tackle for a loss. looking for his guy in the end zone. Good defense there from the Comets to break that one up.
And the end zone falls incomplete.
There is a flag.
Comets will take over 1st and 10. Ball resting on their
I
2-yard
thought.
line.
Maybe not. Sorry, little. There we go. Okay. Sorry. I was scoring everything away on the tech side. So thank you for joining us. I'm really sorry that we were late to getting this game to you. Like I mentioned, as soon as I got this one live, when we do streams, we have streams like pre-scheduled, and we selected the one for tonight, and it did not go live on our YouTube, so it was broadcasting somewhere else. We don't know where, so we had to end it and then go relive. So we missed part of the game, but we're here now. So thank you for the patience. I'm so sorry. I'm sure at some point we'll figure out where that ended up broadcasting to. That's going to be a quick one and done there for the Comets. No gain.
No gain on the play, brings up 2nd down and 10.
And we have Garrett Givens limping off the field.
And Cameron takes a timeout.
And we've got a timeout. I'm going to go ahead and run a quick. And we're back. Welcome back. Glad you're here. Big thank you to our sponsors. You're seeing them scrolling at the bottom of the screen. Make sure that you guys support them if and when you can. And Comets gearing up for the snap here. 2nd and 10 from their 2-yard line. Looking for the pass. A little bit of contact there. It looked like it was going to be picked up, but it was ultimately dropped by the Comets. We're looking at 3rd down.
Broken up, falls incomplete.
Again, the scoreboard, for whatever reason, the camera's not showing that this evening. So I'm going to update that as often as we can with the score. Again, Cadott up 6-0. And we have 1 minute 35 left of the 1st quarter. Comments on the snap. Ball's live. Looking for the pass up the midfield. And it was a beautiful pass. Unable to reel it in, though. It's going to fall incomplete. That brings up 4th down.
Pass falls incomplete, brings up 4th down.
Welcome in, guys. Kick is good, right up to about the 40-yard line. Cadott's going to take it all the way up to the 30, still on his feet. To the 25, 20, 15. Marches to the 10, into the 5, and all the way in for a touchdown.
Returns the punt for a Cameron touchdown. Not touchdown.
Again, thank you guys for the patience. We had some tech issues tonight. Welcome in. Glad you're here. Comets now trail 12-0 here at home with 1 minute 8 left in the 1st. looking for the 2-point conversion. It's going to be swatted by 2 different Comets there.
Week's pass attempt on the 2-point conversion is no good. With 1:08 remaining in the first quarter, we have a score: Cadott 12, Cameron 0.
How are we hanging in there, Comet fans? All right, and both teams are gearing up here for the possession change. Again, on that last play, Cadott receiving the kickoff after the Comets ended their series scoreless, and they returned the kick for a touchdown. So Cadott up 12-0 here at home with the Comets hosting. Cadott's kick is up and picked up at about the 19, 18-yard line of the Comets. They're going to run it up to about the 30-31. Gronsky on the carry.
55, Chapman Essinger. And 24, Maximus Davis.
So brief overview is that the Comets and Unity are currently tied for 5th in the conference. They are both 0-4. Cadott is 3-1 here, so Cadott kind of showing why so far this evening they seem to be making the Comets pay for those little errors. 1st and 10 from the 30 here for the Comets. And there's going to be a penalty called there, I think, against Cadott.
Offsides penalty against
Yep,
the
that'll be the offsides.
Will move the
5-yard penalty.
5 yards, making it 1st and 5.
These Comets are now going to be 1st and 5. Then we have 1 minute and 1 second to play here left in the first. Comets trailing by 12. It's 12-0. And it looks like the Comets are going to get the infraction called again. And that should be a fresh set of downs on penalties.
Consecutive offside penalties on the front defense will give the Comets a 1st down.
Excuse me. 1st and 10 from the 45 here for the Comets. Guerra's going to carry. And maybe gain a yard or so.
Number 82, Maxwell Schneider, making the stop for the Hornets. Gain of 2 on the play brings up 2nd.
It's going to be a gain of 2. Spotted at the 42-yard line. I think I said it was at the 45 earlier. 40. Couple of receivers here on the near side. A little bit of motion. And there's a penalty. And the Comets are going to lose a couple. On a false start.
Against the Comets will set them back 5 yards. Makes it now 2nd and 13.
2nd and 13 here for the Comets. And the snap Guerrero rolling to the near side. Gets his pass up to about the 48-yard line, and it's completed. Mortensen pulling that one in. Martinson, excuse me.
Joel Weeks on the tackle, but Martinson makes it a 3rd and 2 for the Comets. And that play brings us to the end of the first quarter. Scoreboard reading 12-0.
So a recap of the first quarter there. Again, my apologies, tech issues. So even though we were live on our end, it did not show up on YouTube. So something super goofy happened. But the Cadott Hornets are up 2 touchdowns. They took quite a while on the first series to score and then held the Comets from getting a conversion on their series in between. Comets had to kick it away from the 2-yard line. They got the kick up to about the 40, but Cadott was able to pick it up and run it in for their 2nd touchdown of the night. I just want to say thank y'all for the patience. I know it can be frustrating when you're wanting to see games at home and whatnot, and so as frustrated as I get with the tech issues, I'm sure it's even more frustrating as a watcher, so thank you for the patience. Got a flag right away here.
And our penalty flag is an offsides against the defense.
And that penalty is going to bring us into Cadott territory. And it's a fresh set it out. It's going to move the ball to the 47-yard line. Snap here for the Comets, and it's looking like Guerrero is going to hold on to it and drive up the middle on a faked handoff. And it's going to be a gain of 4.
Owen Fassbender making the stop. Gain of 4 on the play brings up 2nd down and 6.
My understanding is that the band is performing at the halftime tonight. So we're going to try to keep the audio up for that. It was Parents' Night. I was hoping to go live early enough to catch it, but they did it like 30 minutes before the game, and the camera doesn't power on that early. So that was a bummer. Guerrero dropping back, looking for the pass. He's going to air it out on the near side sideline and finds his guy. Holy buckets. That was Silvernail pulling that one in. And the Comets here within striking territory. So we've got quite the game here, ladies and gentlemen. Comets struggled getting that momentum early on, but maybe this is the play that changes it. If you guys can't hear me at all, let me know. Sometimes it's hard to figure out the audio balance. And again, the scoreboard's not on. I'm going to try to update you guys on that frequently. The snap, dropping back, a quick pass up the midfield, and he's got his guy. And it looks like that was Gronsky pulling that in. That's going to be a 2nd and 1 here for the Comets. It's placed on their own, or not their own, excuse me, on Cadott's 4-yard line. And the snap and a quick handoff and a run up the middle. He's still up. He'll be stopped. And looks like the refs are consulting briefly. The face mask call here against Cadott.
Will move it just a little bit closer, but Walter's run gives the Comets first and goal.
And that's going to reset the downs here. 1st and 2 from the 2. And the snap. Quick handoff up the middle. And the Comets punch their ticket. Woo-hoo! Let's hear it in the chat, guys. Let's hear it in the chat. The Comets looking to kick here, the extra point. And it's good. The Comets closing that gap now, trailing by only 5 here.
Scoreboard now reads Cadott 12, Comets 7.
So the Comets struggling to get going at the beginning here, but they've kind of buttoned it up here and look a lot better in the second. And let's go ahead and do a quick trivia question. So I'm going to put it in on my personal YouTube so that you guys can read it instead of just hearing it. So, what is the smallest NFL stadium by capacity? That's the question. By capacity, which NFL stadium is the smallest?
Grass beginning set to kick off.
So if you guys know the answer to that trivia question, go ahead and drop it in the chat. What is the smallest NFL stadium by capacity? All right. Cadott's going to pick the ball up, be pushed back a little bit under some pressure. Oh, just kidding.
Cadott will have it 1st and 10, ball resting
Not pushed back. He's going to be tapped down at the spot. So 1st and 10 from the... Oh, we've got a whistle here. Oh, they didn't pull the tee off, so that's all that was. A picture of the roster with numbers. I don't think that it'll let me post a photo. Hold on here. And Cadott's going to run it on the far side sideline. They're going to get quite a gain. Up to about the 36. We'll see where they officially spot it. Let me see.
Able to pick up enough yardage for a Hornet first down.
If you go to maxpreps.com, you can get the roster from there. I'm trying to be better at like catching numbers of players as we go. that play there for Cadott not resulting in any yardage gain. 2nd and 10 from the 35. Nine minutes left of play here in the second. Quick handoff. He's going to go up the middle, cut to the side. He's going to get a first down for sure, and then some. He's still on his feet, almost to the 40-yard line. I am not able to post photos, but if you go to maxpreps.com, you'll be able to type in like Cameron, Wisconsin, and you'll be able to find the football roster on there. First and 10 from the 42-yard line, the snap and a handoff. He's going to drive up the middle of the field. The Comets are going to stop him, though, and push him back. It's going to bring up 2nd and 7, a gain of 3. Again, thank you to our sponsors. You're seeing them scrolling at the bottom of the screen. You'll see a couple ads from them tonight. Make sure that you guys support them if and when you can. And if you'd like to become a sponsor, pay attention to those slides as well. It does have a couple there that'll tell you how you can do that. A handoff there for Cadott. It's going to bring the ball up the middle of the field. There is a penalty flag thrown here after the play is called dead. And I don't quite think that they gained enough yards to move the chains, but we're going to see what comes out of these flags. The answer to our trivia question, by the way, is Soldier Field. They are the smallest NFL stadium by capacity. And that's a big one there. Looks like that was a personal foul. Unnecessary roughness against Cadott. So they're not only going to not get the yards, they're going to lose a handful of them there. Holy bucket, 2nd and 16 here from the Cameron 48-yard line. And the snap, dropping back, looking for the pass on the far side sideline. Almost picked off by the Comets, but they get there enough to disrupt the play. So 3rd and 16 here. Both teams gearing up for the snap. Cadott's lined up tight. Quarterback dropping back, throws it up the middle. And that one's almost picked off there. Jayton Silvernail getting in the way. And the Comets now digging in here on defense. They're looking a lot more cohesive than they did right at the beginning. We've got quite a game here tonight, I believe. Comets trailing by 5 here at home. And just north of 7 minutes and 20 seconds of play here in the second quarter. Snap and the kick. That one's going to go to about the 20-yard line where it's picked up by the Comets. He's got a couple blocks. He's going to take it all the way to about the 32, 33-yard line, depending on where they officially spot it. Did you want those? Ball on their own 33-yard line. The Comets are getting a fresh set of downs here on their new possession. 1st and 10. Snap and a handoff up through the middle. He's going to gain a handful of yards, march all the way to about the 39-yard line before being brought down.
Gibbons, the ball carrier. Jacob Phelps making the stop for the Hornets.
Looked like that was carried by Gibbons.
6-yard gain makes it 2nd and 4 for the Comets.
Okay. The Comets facing down a 2nd and 4. That was a 6-yard gain. Ball on the 39-yard line. Snap. Carry up the midfield. Forward motion will be stopped. And I think based on the spot, it looks like the chains are going to move. And that is, it's a Comet first down.
Making the stop. But Barrera picks up enough on that carry for a Comet first down.
Comets gearing up for the snap. A handoff. He's going to take it upfield. He's got some open real estate. He's going to march that ball all the way to the 35-yard line of Cadott. I believe that was Givens carrying. And we do have a flag in the backfield, though. And
Looks like it's coming back. We'll see the official call.
there's going to be, yep, the ball's going to come back.
And it
It's
will
a
be
hold.
against the Comets.
So the Comets now facing down a 1st and 20 from their own 35-yard line. So that one was a big blow. And the snap, dropping back, looking for a guy, finds this guy up the middle. He's going to complete it. He's going to gain back every one of those 10 yards.
Gets Cannon back to the original line of scrimmage and makes it 2nd and 10.
Comets gearing up for the snap. They got receivers high. Dropping back with the snap, airing the ball out near the near side sideline here, and he's got his guy. He's going to go down at about the 25-yard line. That was Jonas Martinson on the reception. A heck of a pass there from Guerra. So the Comets, again, they struggled to kind of get going. But now they've hit their stride, and holy buckets, we're gonna have a game here, guys. Comets with receivers up high again. Opting for the handoff midfield. He's gonna get up to about the 21-yard line, excuse me.
Garrett Gibbons, the ball carrier. Number 88, Keenan Simmons making the stop. 2nd and 6.
That was a 4-yard gain. The snap dropping back is Guerra. Looking for his guy up towards the end zone, and a diving catch is going to be waved off. Ball pops out. So 3rd and 6 here for the Comets. Again, Comets trailing by 1 score here, so this one would mean a lot to them. with 4 minutes of play left here in the second. And it looks like we've got a timeout called. So I'm going to go ahead and And we're back. During that timeout, I did put the next trivia question in the chat, so we'll talk about that here after this play. The snap, airing it out on the near side, finds this guy in the back of the end zone, and it's going to bump off the head of Cadott, but there is a flag there. And it's pass interference against Cadott. So while they're getting set, your trivia question is, what is the only NFL team that has never had a game end in a tie? What is the only NFL team who's never had a game end in a tie? The snap and a handoff, but he's picked up there, maybe a gain of a yard, if any.
No gain on the play brings up second down for the Comets.
So ball from the 10-yard line. 2nd and 10. Here we go. And the snap. Handoff fake. He's going to pass it laterally in the backfield. And it's a gain of 5.
Gain of 5 on the play brings up 3rd and 5 for the Comets.
Excuse me. So 3rd down here. Comets hoping to score. We've got the snap. And he tries to carry it up the middle. Wrapped up. He stays up, though, and he's going to get within the 5 for sure. And they're going to go for it on 4th here. Looks like 4th and 4. The snap. Looking for his guy. He's got him midfield, and he marches into the end zone. And the refs signal the touchdown. We do have a player down on the field, though. So the Comets now have taken the lead here. Only thing separating their score from the Cadott score was that successful kick, the extra point attempt. Looking ahead to next week, we'll be live Tuesday and Thursday for the volleyball games here at home. So make sure that you guys tune in for those at 7 o'clock. Use this moment while he comes on off the field to read the trivia question again. What is the only NFL team that has never had a game end in a tie? And coming off the field is Garrett Gibbons there. He was the down player. Comes off on his own, which is an encouraging sign. And the pass for the two-point conversion attempt is going to come up shy.
With 2:03 remaining in the half. Your scoreboard now reads Cameron 13-12 over the Hornets.
Thank you guys for coming here and tuning in. We've got 2 minutes left here in the second quarter, right before the halftime. Like I said, I think we got the band performing, and I believe the dance team as well. So we're going to have a full halftime. We'll see if we can't get you guys the audio for that. But yeah, thank you for the patience. I'm glad you guys found your way here with the different link. I'm going to go ahead and mute and get some water or something. We'll be right back as both teams. And we're back. Grassman's going to kick here. His kick, end over end, is going to be picked up at about the 22-yard line. Cadott's going to take it to the far sideline. A lot of yards covered, not a lot gained. And the Comets will bring him down at about the 35-yard line. Richie, I don't know if you're in here, but Ludwig got the tackle on that one. And the snap. And looks like that's going to be a tackle for a loss there. Ramsier was the carrier. And we get a little feedback there from the fans on the Comets side. From the 30-yard line, Cadott's looking at a 2nd and 15. Snap. A handoff. He's going to throw it upfield. Comets are going to do a good job defending that. Maybe there wasn't a handoff. Looks like a little pitch there, but. And the snap and a quick pass up the midfield. No good.
Weeks pass intended for Faber tipped and broken up. Will bring up a 4th and 15 for the Hornets.
So the Comets doing a great job on defense here to hold Cadott still. They're 4th and 15 from the 30-yard line. And the kick's up. And they're going to signal for a fair catch. Comets will take over at about the 33-yard line. So we got a minute of play here left in the second. Quick overview. Cameron is 0-4 so far on the season. Cadott 3-1. Comets, of course, trailing the conference, but they're tied with Unity. And Cadott is, I believe, 3rd in the conference. So this would be a really big booster to win. Taking on a team with, a 75% win rate so far would, truthfully, probably really mean a lot for these boys. And the snap. Handoff fake. Under pressure, he's going to throw it up the field and out of bounds.
Guerrero throws that one out of bounds.
Comets, 2nd and 10 here. 56 seconds of play here. Both teams getting ready for the snap. Comets backing off for a quick huddle. And the Comets are leading by 1, 13-12 here again. That point lead coming from the extra point kick that was good. And the snap. Dropping back, looking to pass. He's going to be picked. And he's got a couple of blocks there, and Cadott's going to take it all the way to the Comet 38-yard line, it looks like. That pick coming from Aiden Rickle.
Making the stop for the Comets. But Cadott will have it 1st and 10.
So it looks like so the spot's at the 38-yard line there. Fresh set of downs for Cadott. And up the middle is the run, and the Comets are going to pick him up, but not before probably a 6-yard gain, it looks like. It is a 6-yard gain. 2nd and 4, we have 36 seconds of play left.
Timeout taken by Cadott, their 1st of the half.
All right. We do have a timeout, so I'm going to go ahead and run you guys a quick ad. No, I'm not. I realized I think I played the other one. So we're just going to hang out. I'll give you guys until the end of the half here on the trivia question. What is the only NFL team that has never had a game end in a tie? Cadott on the snap and a quick handoff. He's going to run to the far side sideline. He's going to get a fresh set of downs at the very least. Finds an opening and ultimately brought down to about the 14-yard line of the Comets there, it looks like. And Cadott is using another timeout. So those of you watching on your phones, If you want to participate in the trivia, you just got to pull up the chat. And I'll run some questions kind of throughout the half as much as I can between the music and dance show. But starting a little early, what is the only NFL team that has never had a game end in a tie? And the snap, dropping back, looking for the pass up the middle. It's caught, and he's going to take it to the house. So right here, before the half, Cadott's going to take a big score.
Pass complete to Aiden Rickle for a Hornet touchdown.
Going for the 2-point conversion, the snap. Running towards the far side sideline. He's going to find an opening and make good on it. But there's a flag.
There was a flag on the play.
And Cadott's going to be charged with a hold. That's going to back the ball up 10 yards.
But now it'll be from the 13-yard line.
Cadott up 18-13, going for the 2-point conversion here. He's got some runway on the far side, and boy, he's going to punch that ticket again anyway. So the Comets now trailing 20-13. There are still 22 seconds, of play left here in the half. Both teams convening quickly. Comets first out there. So the answer to the trivia question, what is the only NFL team that has never had a game end in a tie? Jacksonville Jaguars, which I did not know.
Faber getting set to kick it off.
And the kick is up. And picked up at about the 20-yard line. Comets are going to run it to the near side sideline. And get up to about the 30.
Silverdale on the return. Isaac Welder and Caden Simmons in on the stop.
there's time for a player or two here, but we'll see if the Comets opt to do anything with it or if they're just going to kneel it and let time run out. And the snap. They're going to go for a pass here under pressure towards the midfield. Almost picked, not quite. 10 seconds left. And the band is getting ready down here. And they're singing happy birthday to one of the teachers down there. Cute. And the snap, Comets dropping back. We're looking to air it out. Midfield. And he's got the catch. And that's all the way down to the 30-yard line of Cadott here with 4 seconds of time here. Comets may try to punch that ticket yet. So, of course, the Comets calling the timeout there to stop the clock. They're discussing the options here. Looks like ball's officially going to be spotted on the 31. And since we've got a timeout, we'll do one more trivia question. In 2010, which player became the only grandfather in the NFL? Only one. Back in 2010. In 2010, which player became the only grandfather in the NFL? And we're back for some football here, getting ready for the snap. Snaps up, dropping back. Guerra passes towards the end zone, and it's picked. And the Comets do a good job of getting the tackle there. That's going to wrap up the half with quite an exciting bit of football there right at the end. And we've got quite the game here tonight. Cadott 3-1 on the season, so the Comets holding pace is awesome. We're going to go ahead and mute as the band and everybody gets set, and then I'll unmute so you guys can hopefully hear the music. We'll be right back. hopefully you guys were able to hear that okay. It's an awesome halftime show. We will be having the dance team next, so I'm going to hopefully get the audio going for that as well. And thanks for hanging out. This is a great time for you guys to run to the bathroom, get your snacks before the dance team comes out. And we have about 6 minutes left of halftime here, at least on the timer that's currently going. Again, score recap. Cadott 20, Comets 13. So thank you, Michael, for letting us know that you wanted to hear that score more. Sometimes I forget because I don't see the scoreboard on here. So thank you for the feedback. We'll make sure that we do that more. Like I said, the dance team's gearing up here, so we'll take a couple moments here as they get transitioned. And we'll do one more call on that trivia question. In 2010, which NFL player became the only grandfather in the NFL? All right, and the dance team's heading out there, so we're going to go ahead and take the headset off and let you guys watch that.
Ride with the mob, hum through our law. Check you and me, and do your job. Bird is the name, Big Baller did the chain. Total for the watch, crazy plain Jane. My body shaped like genie, booty dreamy, waist is teeny. Yes, I told him to get titles, so he's streamy. When he leave me, I go hard in the booth. Biggie vibes, give me the loot. I'm a classy millionaire. They got the coupe. C-O-U-T-H, you can't spell it either. If I call him, then he coming home, spelling different cheetah. My type, we got legend on the track. It's going down. I'm cheap, baby. I'm cheap, good. My chick do stuff that your chick wish you could. I'm cheap, baby. I'm cheap, good. My chick do stuff that you just get it all.
And there you have it. Excuse me. All right, thanks for hanging in there, guys. How we doing? I'm actually going to mute again real quick and make sure I get some water here before we get the second half going. We have 2 minutes left on the clock for now. Yeah. And we've got both teams out here doing some warm-ups. The answer to that trivia question is actually Brett Favre. He was the only player in the NFL in 2010. Only grandfather. Ooh, here's a good one. Which NFL team has the most Hall of Famers? Which NFL team has the most Hall of Famers? And we got about 2.5 minutes left here as the teams continue warming up. I would be remiss if I didn't say thank you again to our sponsors. You're seeing them scrolling at the bottom of the screen. You've seen a couple ads from them. You'll see a couple more ads. So thank you, sponsors, for doing what you do so we can bring the games to everybody at home, in their car, wherever they are, for absolutely free. I think that's pretty stellar. So thank you, sponsors, and thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for the patience with the tech issues right off the rip. We're here, and you guys are here, and I'm excited. It's been some awesome football tonight. Comets are 0-4 overall on the season, trailing the conference. Cadott, of course, in the same conference with a 3-1 record. So two teams on pretty opposite ends of the spectrum here, and yet you wouldn't know it based on the score. So Comets are trailing by only 7 here. So Cadott has 20 and the Comets have 13 here. And I believe the Comets should get the ball at the half, if I remember correctly. So, a minute left here until we get back to some football. I don't know about y'all, but my week was really crazy. At my job, we had all the big dogs all week. So it was meetings and meetings and meetings. And then this is the third game this week between volleyball and football. So it's been a crazy week. Looking towards next week, we will be live Tuesday, Thursday, I believe. Let me double check that. As soon as I feel confident in something, I get it wrong. So let's see here. Today is the 26th. Ooh, also worth noting, tomorrow at the high school, there's a girls varsity volleyball invitational between multiple schools. So that might be kind of fun. If you're into volleyball, come check that out. And yes, it looks like Tuesday and Thursday of next week, both at 7 o'clock, the Comets are going to be hosting Ladysmith and Unity, respectively. And then we're not live again until the 14th. So, or no, excuse me, until the 16th. So, after next week, I'm going to have 2 weeks without games. Without home games. There'll still be games, but yep, there'll be 2 weeks between We Are games. So make sure you tune in next week. Get your fix before the 2 weeks off. All right, we are getting ready for the second half here. And the Comets will receive here. Kick is up, and it's going to be picked up at almost the 25-yard line. Comets going to run it. And at the 40, he's still up all the way to the 42, but the ball pops out. We'll see who landed on it. And the Comets landed on it. Looks like they're going to spot this at the 43. 42. So the NFL team that has the most Hall of Famers is the Chicago Bears. There's your trivia. All right, ball on the 42-yard line. Comets here with the snap. Couple of receivers low, one high. They're going to do a handoff up the middle. And he's going to be stopped, likely for... it doesn't quite look like for a loss. Nope, for no yards. 2nd and 10. And the snap, looking for the pass up the midfield. He's got it. And he's going to be brought down at the 46, 47-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 5. So 3rd and 5 here for the Comets from the 47-yard line. Comets trailing by 1 touchdown and an extra point. And the snap, looking for a quick pass on the near side. He's got it. And a little collision there brings him down, and that's going to be at the 42-yard line of Cadott. Comets are going to start with a fresh set of downs there. Now in Cadott territory. And the snap. Looking for his guy up the midfield, and that's going to be broken up. We do have a flag, though. And Guerra in a little bit of pain after that. And it looks like it's a hold. So it's going to back the Comets up. They're going to look at 1st and 20.
They'll move it back 10, replay 1st down. Now 1st and 20 for the Comets.
So Comets back in their territory here at the 48-yard line. And the snap. Under pressure, he's got a quick pass there, and Comets not quite able to get up to the 50-yard line. Running into his own guy. He's going to keep him from crossing that threshold. And it looks like it's actually a loss of 3. So 2nd and 23 here from the 45. And a snap. Looking for somebody to pass to. He's going to air it out at the middle. And no good. Gronsky was definitely there. Unable to reel that one in. It was, if anything, a little bit underthrown, but it was a heck of a throw regardless. And the snap. Dropping back, looking for a pass. Finds this guy on the near side sideline. And it's going to be incomplete.
Falls incomplete. Winchell on the coverage. 4th and long for the Comets.
So 4th and 23. And the snap. There's kick picked up at about the 22. And there's a flag on the play.
Return brought down by Michael Growski, but there are flags on the play. Penalty is an illegal block in the bat.
Yeah, it's an illegal block in the back.
Moved in bat, but they will retain the ball.
That's going to bump him back. And so that's going to put them at the 28-yard line. Fresh set of downs, though. Cadott taking over. We have 9:47 left here in the third. Cadott leads 22-13. Cadott with the snap. There's a couple of handoffs there. He's going to run up towards the midfield. He's got the first down and then some. Finally brought out at about the 49-yard line.
Ramsey is the ball carrier, finally bumped out of bounds by Michael Growski. But Ramsey picks up a nice gain, a Cadott first down.
Cadott already making quick work of this series. We'll see what they do on this snap. A quick handoff to 15. He's going to take it up the midfield. Breaks a handful of tackles. He's got some open real estate. And he'll be brought out of bounds at about the 7-yard line, it looks like. That was Rickle. Rickle's been putting in some work tonight for Cadott. So it looks like they're going to spot it at the 5-yard line. First and goal from the 5. Comets defense getting a workout here on this first series. And the snap. And they're going to drive it up the middle. Rickle on the carry. And looks like a spotting at the 1-yard line. Two. According to the scoreboard, it's at the 2. That tracks. And the snap. And he's in.
Pass bender on the keeper. Brings it in for a Hornet touchdown.
And the Comets now trailing by 2 possessions. 26-13. And it looks like they'll go for the extra point here. And it's good. Score now 27-13. Oh, and there's a flag. And it's going to be against the Comets.
Was a personal foul roughing the kicker against the Comets. The extra point will stand. With 8:40 to go in the third, scoreboard reads 27-13 in favor of Cadott.
So on the road here, Cadott staying in control. Again, that's score 27-13. We do have just south of 9 minutes of play here left in the third quarter. Excuse me. And the kick is, it looks like it's going to pop out of bounds.
Favors kick goes out of bounds, drawing penalty flags. Where did I get it? 40? 35? What's the only ball dragging this thing? The ball will be placed on the 35-yard line before the kick out of bounds. And that's where Cameron kicks over, 1st and 10.
So with that ball going out of bounds, the ball will be spotted at the 35-yard line. But we do have the refs convening. And the Comets are
Oh, they're going to take the 15-yard penalty off that out of bounds. Looks like they're doing it. It's 35 minus 15
so
is 20.
looks like the ball moved backwards 15 yards. I'm not entirely sure why, but we're going to start at the 20. Snap and a quick handoff, driving up the middle of the field. Looked like that was Walters on the carry. And he's going to get 5 yards.
Stop for the Hornets.
2nd and 5.
Gain of about 5 will bring up 2nd and 5 for Cameron.
Some movement there from Cadott. Quick snap, throw up towards the middle. And the pass is going to be incomplete.
Martinson falls incomplete.
Martinson had it, but it popped out. So 3rd and 5. And the snap here. Dropping back for the pass. He's got his guy, and he's going to get up all the way to about the 36-yard line. It's enough to move the chains. Martinson holding tight to that one. snap and a handoff up the midfield. He's got some real estate, and he's going to get past the halfway.
Armani Walters finally brought down by Rickle and Schneider. But not before Armani picks up a Comet first down.
And the ball is right at the 50-yard line here. Fresh set of downs for the Comets. And the snap. Looking for his guy downfield. He's just going to hold on to it and eke out about 4 or 5 yards.
Rivera keeps it. Run out of bounds by number 24, Max S. Davis.
All right, and just to recap, it is 27 Cadott, 13 Comets. 2nd and 6 from the 46-yard line with 6:40 left to play here. And the snap. Quick pass up the midfield, kind of scoots right through the hands of Gronsky.
Pass falls incomplete. 3rd and 6.
So the Comets here with a couple of explosive plays, in the second half. Unable to really get a whole lot going and to stack those one on top of the other. So we'll see what they do here. It is 3rd down. Third and 6 from the 46. And the snap. Looking for somebody to throw to, finds his guy outside, and it's going to be picked. Bobbled out of his hands and picked up by Cadott. Cadott making the Comets pay for every little error tonight. And he might take that all the way to the house for a pick 6, but there is a penalty flag.
Picked off by Rickle. Return is for a touchdown, but there are flags on the play.
So we'll see if that touchdown stands or not.
The call will be an illegal block in the back during the return, wiping out the touchdown.
Yeah, that's going to bring that one back. Legal block in the back. And it's going to be spotted on the 30.
30-yard line, and that's where the Hornets will take over 1st and 10.
So Cadott looking to start running away with this one. The Comets having their work cut out for them. And the snap and a handoff in the backfield. Running to the far side sideline. The Comets are going to pick him up. He'll get a gain of about 3 or 4 yards still.
Sawyer Etler and Michael Gronsky making the stop. Gain of 3 on the play will bring up 2nd down and 7.
So Cadott, 2nd and 7. Of course, they've got that 14-point lead here under 6 minutes of play left from the Comet 27-yard line. And the snap, handoff fake, and then a handoff up the midfield. Rickle's going to take it all the way to about the 15-yard line. 16, it looks like, is where they'll spot it, maybe 17. And we have a Hornet down. attending to him, I'm going to go ahead and we'll run an ad just to kind of give him a moment.
Nope, I think he's shadowing.
And player is still down, so we're just going to hang tight here while they tend to him. And he'll be coming off the field with some assistance. And we've got 1st and 10 from the 17-yard line here. Snap for the Hornets. A handoff. Breaks a tackle, breaks a second one. Doesn't quite stay in bounds there.
Finally run out of bounds on the far sideline. But Fassbender able to get it far enough to make it a
And we got 1st and 5 here from the 5. So fresh set of downs here. And Cadott looking at scoring again here. Getting ready to start running away with this one. Comets trailing by 14, 5:23 left in the 3rd. And he's going to be brought down midfield there.
Rickle, the ball carrier, stopped short of the goal line. Never commented on the 2nd and goal.
We'll see where they spot this one. Looks like on the 3, 2. Cadott running the ball. And it's going to be tackled for a loss.
Rickle, the ball carrier, Matt Hahn making the big stop behind the line. 3rd and goal.
So 3rd and 5 from the 5. And the snap. Looking for the pass. Too high. Good defense there on the Comets to congest the play.
Pass intended for Wellner. Falls incomplete, bringing up 4th.
And it's 4th and goal. They're going to go for it here. The snap. Dropping back, looking for the pass. Finds his guy. And just that he's able to squeak it in there. Right over the pylon, and Cadott's going to take one that they had to fight for. That was a good job by him reaching staying upright and staying in bounds. And the extra point is good.
And Favors' extra point is good. With 3:47 in the third, our scoreboard
So
now
the
reads
score
in favor
34
of
to
the
13.
in favor of the Hornets.
And 3:47 left to play. So the Hornets starting to get a bit of a momentum built up here. The Comets certainly have their work cut out for them here as we get ready for the fourth quarter, but crazier things have happened.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Cadott kicking it away here. And it squeaks by the Comets and rolls out of bounds.
And the
Otherwise, the
kickoff
Comets were looking at some
rolls out of bounds.
real tough
drawing
field
a
position,
flag.
so that might be a fortunate roll.
Ball will be spotted at the 35. Comets will take over 1st and 10.
And the ball's going to be at the 35-yard line. And a fresh set of downs. Comets again with their work cut out for them, trailing by 21 here. And the snap and a quick handoff, but he's picked up and he's going to be tackled for about a 5-yard loss there.
Armani Walters, the ball
Cadott read
carrier.
that one like a book.
72, Brock Webster, first to beat him behind the line. 2nd and 15.
Comets getting ready for the second. A quick pass up the middle, and he's going to bobble it. And boy, that was almost picked up for an interception there.
Falls incomplete. 3rd down for the Comets.
Third and 15 here from the 30, 2:56 left in the third. We've got a snap. He's looking to air it out. Under pressure. Pass is upfield, almost intercepted, and Rickle's going to drop it. And he hits the ground there a couple times, pretty frustrated with himself. And the kick is up. It's going to be picked up at about the 33-yard line. Cadott looking to get something going. They're going to take it to about the 43. There is a flag, though.
Joel Weeks on the return. Jonas Martinson making the stop, but there's a flag on the play. We'll get this sorted out.
And that one's going to be charged to Cadott.
Going to be an illegal block in the back.
And it's a block in the
going
back.
against the Hornets.
So one thing we are seeing is a decent amount of penalties against Cadott here.
And spotted on the 29-yard line, and that's where the Hornets will take over.
Handful of illegal block in the backs, etc. And that's one thing I like about this Comets team is that even if the night isn't necessarily going well, they're disciplined enough to not get the penalties, which doesn't always convert to points, but it typically converts to less given up. Cadott's going to gain about 6 yards on the play. 2nd and 4, all spotted at the 35.
2nd and 4 for the Hornets.
We have 2 minutes left in the third quarter here. And some flags there.
Penalty flags.
It's going to be a false start against the Hornets. So it's going to be 2nd and 9 from the 30-yard line. Minute 59 left in the third. Comets trailing 34-13. Gearing up for the snap. A handoff. He's going to run it up the midfield. Find some real estate. He's going to get all the way to about the 45-yard line. He's fast.
Matt Pond in on the stop for the Comets, but Rico able to pick up a first down for the Hornets.
And they're just going to convert the downs, give them a fresh set here right at midfield. And the snap. Dropping back, looking for a pass, airs it out on the far side sideline, and a reach and grab, and he reels that one in. He'll be down at about the 40-yard line of the Comets.
Pass to Rico is completed. Picks up another first down for the Hornets.
And the snap here. Handoff, he's going to run to the near side. It's going to be picked up, and with his feet moving, he'll be able to eke out a couple more yards.
Grassman and Hennig on the stop. 2nd and 8 coming up for the Hornets.
So 2nd and 8 here. Ball on the 41. And I think they're going to let the time run out here on the third. Yep.
And that'll be the end of the third quarter. Hornets leading on the scoreboard, 34-13, heading into the fourth.
So a quick recap here as we're gearing up for the fourth. Comets trailing by 21, score being 34 to 13. We're just about to start the fourth. It's going to be 2nd and 8 for Cadott from the 40-yard line. Cadott doing a really great job tonight of getting some large gains on some passes and some runs. Comets struggling to stop both. Comets, though, still with some great points on the defense. It's not been all terrible tonight. I think it's easy to look at scores like that and think that the game's been garbage or that it's all been terrible, but truthfully, there's been a lot of shiny moments. Comets had a couple of great scores. They've had some major gains, and it's just those small errors that Cadott is capitalizing on. Cadott's given up a lot of yards and penalties, and the Comets doing what they can to capitalize on that. Cadott's going to run up the middle of the field here, eke out a couple of yards extra after the contact. They're going to be spotted about a yard short, it looks like. So I want to clarify, I'm not calling the gameplay terrible, which I realize after the fact it may have sounded like I did that. That was not my intention in communicating. I want to clarify that, yeah, there's been a lot of good. The gameplay's not terrible. We've got a young team, they're learning. Cadott looking for the pass. They've got it on a post route. He's going to take it all the way to the house. And with 11-11 here left to play, it looks like Cadott's going to try to kick the extra point. Snaps high, he's able to reel it in. Kick's going to be swatted away, no good. So again, the Comets trailing here by 27 with 11-11 left. A lot of work cut out for him. Seeming pretty unlikely, but we've had a heck of a game here from both of them, honestly. I've said it all season. The scores don't tell the full story. So, a couple years ago, the Comets had a heck of a season. They had really well-seasoned seniors, and the last couple years they've been hurting a little bit more, but they've got a young team. A lot of these kids who are seniors now, when they were sophomores, weren't getting all the playing time with that powerhouse team. You wanted your big guys in there. So I'm excited for what's going to happen for this team in the next couple of seasons. Like I said, there's been bright moments, so I anticipate there will be some good things coming. Comets are going to pick the kick up. Boy, he's going to march that all the way up to about the 37-yard line. And fans pretty upset with that extracurricular contact after the whistle, and they're going to get the penalty called. And the Comets are going to take over at the 48-yard line of Cadott. Couple of receivers high, couple low. Snap and a handoff. He's going to run up the middle. He's get a couple yards before he's brought down.
Armani Walters, the ball carrier. 22, you said? Fassbender making the stop.
So 10:37 in counting. Comets 2nd and 8 from the 46. And a snap, a handoff fake, and we're going to go with a quarterback carry up the middle.
Guerrera keeps it.
Looks like about a 4-yard gain. Ball's going to be spotted at the 42.
Maximus Davis making the stop. 3rd and 4 for the Comets.
Comets needing to make quick work of this here if they want to hang in it. Bit of a long shot, but it's possible. Quick snap and a throw. Laterally, he's able to get a couple yards, but definitely not enough to convert.
Pass completed to Silverdale. Little commotion going on over there. And Cameron retains possession.
The ball spotted at the 40.
4th and 2 for the Comets offense. Is there candy? Is there candy in that cooler?
And the snap. And they're faking the kick, airing it out on the sideline here. And there's going to be a flag on the play. So it did fall incomplete, but he was there. We'll see what this flag ends up being.
It'll be a
Defensive pass interference. And that's going to give the Comets a fresh set of downs. Just north of 9 minutes of play here left in the 4th. Ball's going to be spotted at the 25-yard line. And the snap. Looking for his guy. He's going to pass along the near side sideline, and it's going to drop incomplete.
pass intended for Martinson, incomplete. 2nd down.
We have 8:58 left to play. Score is 40-13 in favor of Cadott. 2nd and 10 from the 25-yard line. The Comets in control. And the snap. A quick handoff. Able to avoid some loss with a couple of fancy steps there, but ultimately I think there's going to be a loss of 1.
Aiden Tomkowak and Maximus Davis making the stop.
So it's going to be 3rd and 10, 11, somewhere in there. And the snap, dropping back. Big pass. pass there to the 20-yard line for the Comets. He breaks a couple tackles, and he's going to get up to about the 10-yard line before getting tackled, and that should move the chains.
Stop by Gator. But Gronsky able to pick up a Comet first down.
The ball's going to be spotted on the 12-yard line there for the Comets. So we're under 8 minutes of play here left. And the snap. Gora's going to go to the far side sideline. He's going to pass it. He'll get a few yards on that one, brought down at about the 10, 11-yard line.
Pass completed to Andrew Larson. Stop made by Ian Rico. Short gain on the play brings up 2nd and 8.
So it's going to be a gain of about 2. 7 1/4 left here of playtime. And the snap. Gora's going to hold on to it. And finds an opening, and he's going to manage to take it all the way to the house. He broke through about 4 defenders there. It looked like he was going to be swallowed up, and he fancy footworked his way to a fancy 6 points. We have 6:50 here. The Comets have just scored another touchdown. They're trailing by 21 points here. And the snap, they're going to go for the 2-point conversion here. Airing it out. And it's going to go incomplete.
Carrera's pass incomplete. 2-point conversion is not made. With 6:50 to go in this one, scoreboard reading 40-19 in favor of Cadott.
And with that, and under 7 minutes of play here, I'm going to go ahead and play us our final ad of the evening.
Look, everybody wanna go and talk. At the same time, gotta walk it. Better yet, run, go, hit a lick, give me up with my homies, and we do it all again. Whenever we get it, there's no hesitation.
And we're back.
Grassman getting set to kick it off.
Comets ready to kick it away here. We've got the whistle. And there it is. Dead center, picked up at about the 15-yard line. Cadott's going to try to make some moves here. They're going to get up to about the 25.
Thursday 12 around the return, dropped by Michael Gronsky. Tackle made at the 26-yard line, and that's where the Hornets will take over 1st and 10.
The official spot is at the 26-yard line of the Hornets, and they've got a fresh set of downs. They're ready to roll. We got 6:43 here left on the clock in the fourth. And a snap and a handoff. Looking to drive up the middle, but the Comets close in around them, and they make the stop. Gain of 3.
Pass defender, the ball carrier.
So
Short gain.
2nd and 7 here from the 29. A pass and a pick here would be really cool for the Comets. And they're going to go for a handoff up the midfield. He's going to find some real estate, and boy, I don't know if anybody's going to stop him. Oh, they do around the 27-yard line of the Comets. That's a heck of a gain there. And Rico was the one carrying that, and he has been able to find openings all night tonight. Heck of a ball player. And I anticipate Cadott's going to keep the ball on the ground a lot here. They're not going to want to risk it with a whole lot of passes. Running up the midfield again. Good stop there from the defense. That was a gain of 3. And the snap. A handoff. And a gain of a couple, not quite enough to move the chains.
Stop made by Larson. 3rd and 4 coming up for the Hornets.
So 3rd and 4 from the 21. Nearing 4 minutes of play here. And a handoff. He's running to the near side. He's going to get through. That should be enough to convert on downs there. Looks like the spot's going to be at the 16-yard line. And that will refresh the downs. Excuse me. Sub 4 here for time. And the snap. Another handoff up the middle. And Cadott doing a good job of burning down the clock here and still making progress on the field. We're nearing the 3-minute mark here. 2nd and 4. Ball on the 10-yard line. Comets trailing 40-19. And now we see the line spreading out a little bit so we can anticipate a pass here. Oh, they opt for another handoff, excuse me. And he's going to find his way all the way to the house. So the score moves 46 to 19. Comets trailing here at home. Again, looking forward to next week. We will be live Tuesday and Thursday nights for some volleyball at home. Games start at 7 p.m. or around there. A lot of times JV's just wrapping up around then. So we'll try to be live right around 7 for you. Hand off, and it's going to be carried in, and the 2-point conversion will be good.
After Coleman then runs in the 2-point conversion. And with 2:39 to go, score 48-19 in favor of Cadott. Well, you probably know.
So we have 2 minutes and 39 seconds left here in the game. Cadott leading 48 to 19. Again, that score not always indicative of what's happening on the field. We're seeing a lot of good things. That score can sometimes feel one-sided, but the Comets have had some great plays. They tend to favor that post route up the middle. We've seen that a handful of times each game here at home, so keep your eyes out for that. Both teams on the field getting ready for the kickoff. And the ball's going to be picked up at about the 36-yard line. Oh, excuse me, about the 33. He's going to come down at about the 36. And we got 2:35 on the clock yet tonight.
Ball is down at the 36-yard line, and that's where Cameron takes over. 1st and 10.
So 1st and 10 from the 36. And a handoff up the middle. He's going to get a little opening there, and he's going to gain about 6 yards, it looks like.
Monty Walters, the ball carrier, making the stop for Cadott. Riley Winslow, number 32, Connor Burrett.
And we're approaching the 2-minute timer here. And the snap. Handoff fake. And I believe forward progress was stopped far enough ahead to move the chains.
Shimko keeps it. And Brady's able to pick up a Comet first down.
And that does, in fact, move the chains. Ball's going to be spotted at the Cadott 49. Excuse me, no, the Comet 49. .120 left to play here. Getting down to the last few plays of the game. And the snap, dropping back, under pressure. He's going to take it to the far side sideline. Boy, that's some wheels there. Going to be brought out of bounds at about the 36-yard line of Cadott there.
Shimko keeps it. On the stop for Hornets, number 50,
Again, scores 48 to 19. We have exactly 1 minute of play left on the clock. And we're getting closer to 45 seconds. And the Comets will have time for one play, maybe two here. 1st and 10 on the 38. Approaching the 30-second mark. And snap. Dropping back, looking for the pass. Airs it out on the near side sideline, overthrown just a smidge. 16 seconds left. Again, thank you to our sponsors. You've been seeing them scrolling at the bottom of the screen. You saw a couple ads from them. Make sure that you guys support them if and when you can. If you'd like to become a sponsor, pay attention to those slides at the bottom. They'll tell you how. There's a QR code and there's an email address. You can use either of those. The snap, it's going to be quarterback keep. He's going to run it and keep running it. And he's brought down at about the 25-yard line, but there's a flag on the play. You have 6 seconds left. I also want to thank you guys for tuning in. I know that we had some technical difficulties, which may have made it hard to find your way to the stream. We went live, but I don't know where it was streaming to. But you guys found us, and that's what matters. So thank you guys for coming here and hanging out and supporting the Comets. That's a horse collar tackle. That's going to move the ball all the way to the 13-yard line here. So with 6 seconds, maybe the Comets can score one more and make this tilt a little less lopsided. Big pass there, incomplete. And that runs out the clock.
And that'll do it for this one. Your final score, Cadott 48, Cameron 19.
On behalf of We Are, thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Make sure that you guys stay safe. Again, next week, Tuesday, Thursday, we'll have volleyball at home. Should be live right around 7 o'clock for those, barring any crazy things happening. So thanks for hanging out. We'll see you guys next week. And then after that, not for another 2 weeks. So thank you guys for hanging out, and we'll see you then.